Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy, Kenny. We do movie reviews, TV recap reviews as well, rankings, and album reviews as well. We talk about tons of stuff on pop culture, a little bit of anime. We do a ton of stuff there, guys. But before we move any further with this review, guys, make sure you click like, hashtag more cowbell, click that bell after you click subscribe. You want to get alerts when we drop that dopeness on your feed, don't you? In your feed, however you like to say it. You know you want those alerts, and you know the algorithms, man. We're trying to get YouTube to work for us, guys. Trying to push those videos out to the people. We got to get them out there, man. We're almost at our first 50 subscribers. Pretty crazy to say. 50 people almost in the world actually like the content and want to stick around and check out more. So for all of you out there watching, I love each and every one of you, and thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And for all you new watchers and listeners coming into the channel, the Phantom Frequency Network, click download on your podcast feed. We're all over the place, so you can listen to podcasts in audio form, baby. Take us on your drive to work with you. Listen to us over there. We're at over 700 downloads on the whole network, baby. We've been doing this thing for just over a year, almost a year and a half. It's growing every day, slowly but surely. Much love and thank you. With no further ado, let's get into Free Guy, man. Just exactly a year ago from when y'all are watching this, Free Guy released in theaters, directed by Sean Levy, from Stranger Things fame, Real Steel, one of the most underrated films in the 2010s. Make sure you go check that out after this review as well if you haven't checked out that film. But watch Free Guy first. It's actually better. But y'all know who Free Guy is. It's Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, back in the flesh. He's up in here playing Guy. And then we got a great cast of characters in this film, man. But before we get into that, here's the basic premise of the film. Ryan Reynolds is Guy, who was an NPC in a video game world called Free World, hence Free Guy. Huh? Y'all know you're laughing in your chairs over there. You know you're busting up. But no cap, guys, for reals, as I was saying. And he's an NPC living in the video game world of Free World, created by Antoine, played by Taika Waititi, but hold up, he stole somebody's code to make his own game, and he's trying to keep those secrets covered up so he doesn't lose everything. And those two great minds that created that code for this video game that was supposed to be called Free Life, not Free City. Huh? Free? Y'all get it, right? Jodie Comer's Millie and Joe Keery from Stranger Things fame, of course. Keys, these two great young minds, partners in crime, create this code, create this video game called Free City, where they wanted to create where you could live in a video game world, and they would create, if they could, and it can go off without a hitch, the first real artificial intelligence within the game, where people live lives, have emotions, and kind of develop as us humans do in our world. And that first real AI creation, come to find out, is Ryan Reynolds' character Guy, who comes to life after he meets Millie as Molotov Girl in the game when she goes in there to try to uncover the code within the game and the glitch that contains the code that they originally wrote that can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he stole their code and licensed it illegally to create Free City 1 and Free City 2 that he's trying to launch to get the sequel going. He's just trying to suck up that IP as much as he can, like a lot of other studio executives out there in Hollywood right now. I'm looking at y'all. You know I'm looking at you. I'm looking at y'all. But yeah, man, so that's the whole premise and the whole setup, man. And he lives an NPC lifestyle, and he just repeats the same thing over and over every day, Groundhog Day style, until he realizes when he meets Molotov Girl, he comes to life, and the AI fully takes off and becomes an untraceable player and thing existing in the game that Joe Keery's Keys can't figure out what the hell's going on, because now he's working for the guy that pretty much stole his work, and he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on with Guy, living a whole life of his own, taking the sunglasses, realizing he's in a game, so to speak, but not fully realizing that he is in the game. He thinks that this is just something that I don't know. He doesn't quite realize where he's at yet. and he goes on doing all this superhero-y type stuff and, kicking ass and helping people save the day without shooting or killing or hurting anybody. He's just defending others, being the good guy that he is, and ends up raising the eyebrows of the evil tech giant, Antoine, who owns Tsunami, the video game developer who is stealing this code in the first place. And he's like, get that blue shirt guy and take him down. And that's pretty much the whole thing, man. And I gotta say, this cast of characters is wonderful, so lovable. I just want to hug each and every one of them. I love all the characters in this film, man. And it was such a pleasant surprise this movie was. Just watched it the other day on HBO Max. Finally got a chance to see it. I missed it last year in theaters. Was busy, living life and, pandemic crazy shit going on. So just didn't end up making it to the theater for that particular one. But it was Ryan Reynolds. It had a cool premise. I was definitely all in on it. So I knew at some point I had to check it out. And I'm so glad I did. And I can't wait to buy it and have it on that Blu-ray shelf over there on that bookshelf, man. Because I tell you, this film is an absolute delight. And it is such a breath of fresh air in this modern time to have something that isn't necessarily from a big giant IP, but definitely plays in that kind of sphere, has that big budget blockbuster feel to it, but doesn't forget to have characters first and foremost at the forefront of the story and everything building onto the characters themselves and the constant development and the journey that they're going on has a full point A, point B, and point C, and they get from point A to point B very, very precisely. This film is so well paced. It is such a blast to watch. And like I said, or as I mentioned before with these cast of characters, they are so damn lovable. Absolutely love Ryan Reynolds' as Guy, of course. But you got some other great actors in here besides just Joe Keery. He is one of my favorite characters on Stranger Things, playing Steve Harrington. And one of my favorite performers on the show. I have grown to really enjoy his work on that. And I'm just so open to checking out anything he's in from now on because he was phenomenal in this film, man. Completely different character, kind of similar hairdo, you know what I mean? But much more nerdier, much more meek, and a much different character to who he plays on Stranger Things as Steve Harrington. So I definitely appreciated that as a film nerd, you know what I'm saying? And you got some other great up-and-coming actors and actresses in here. Obviously, Taika's up in there. But you got Jodie Comer up in this thing. And I don't believe I had seen any of her previous work. She plays the character Millie, of course. And I'm trying to see here. Yeah, she is English, which was another great thing about her performance in this film. She got to use an American and her she got to use an American accent as Millie. But when she was the video game Avatar Molotov Girl version of the character, she would have a filter, as they call it, for the game, putting on a different voice. But that was Jodie Comer's real voice. So I thought that was so dope how she played two versions of the same character and would go between both accents at certain points and use both accents in the film to essentially play two versions of the same character without doing the split personality thing that a lot of other actors who have done that type of performance lately have been doing, Like Paul Rudd, Living with Yourself, Split with James McAvoy, and other things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was really cool to see her in there. Let me see. Oh, she's actually just a year older than me. Didn't know that. Thought she was a little bit older than me than that. But yeah, she was in The Last Duel. She was in the Killing Eve series, which I know has been getting a lot of rave reviews. Oh, I remember where I seen her. She was Rey's fucking mom in Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars Episode 9, which was kind of a mind fuck when I realized that after I looked up her being in this movie before I did the video. Then I forgot and had to do it again in this video in the review. So hell yeah, we don't over edit over here. We're keeping it real. We're doing it live, damn it. But yeah, so she was in that. She was Rey's mom. I don't even think they even gave that character a name, which is another big complaint and a whole nother rant I can get into on another day about Star Wars and the overall ending of the sequel trilogy. While I enjoyed the lead up, I'm a little disappointed in that ending. But anyways, tangent over with. Let's see. What else was she in? Death on the Nile. I didn't see that, but that also came out earlier this year. I didn't see The Last Duel from Ridley Scott, but I've heard about it. That has I think Ben Affleck and Adam Driver. Yeah, I think Matt Damon might be in it too. Let me see here. Looking through the IMDb. I haven't seen anything else she was in. So yeah, it was just Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Whatever. So yeah, so I saw her there. But this girl is fucking great. I love this woman. She is such a dynamite actress. I really, yeah, whenever she's in a movie from now on, I'm just gonna have to probably check it out. Or as long as the film, the premise itself interests me and she's in it, I'm watching it. I'm gonna keep my eye on everything she's doing. I really liked Jodie Comer in this film. So likable, so charismatic, but also played two different versions of a similar character at the same time. Really, really great performance, man. I loved her in this thing. Such a great discovery for me in this thing because Episode 9 in Star Wars, you didn't get to see any of the full range of her capabilities as an actress. You definitely saw it in this film. Emotions, humor, action, you name it, she was nailing it. I hope she does another action type thing again someday because she was really cool on that side of things too. You got little Rel Howery up in here as Buddy, Guy's best friend, the little security guard at the bank that Guy works in as his NPC before he realizes what's really going on. Lil Rel Howery, if you don't recognize the name and you didn't recognize that face, he's from Get Out, guys. He's one of those breakout side characters in Get Out. I absolutely loved him in that film and thought he was so funny in this. He was completely different, very quirky, very like gullible and kind of almost silly. You know what I mean? I really liked his character, Buddy, in this, and the whole friendship between him and Guy and the whole bond that they have, you really feel it and you buy it. It actually reminds me to one of my friends, you know. So just the relationship I have with him, or you know, so really reminded me of that, and just the camaraderie between the two and their chemistry as just performers in general between Lil Rel and Ryan Reynolds was off the charts. I really hope they do a buddy cop movie or something together again. They were really a blast to watch together, and I love the whole arc coming around and how Buddy kind of he's kind of in denial about the whole thing. And then he realizes, you know what? I am an NPC, but I could take charge of my life and of my existence in this world and make it mean something to me. And I'm going to take charge and lead it the way I see fit. And that's a whole big part of Buddy and Guy's whole arc. And that's a big theme in the movie is taking charge and taking charge of your destiny and not letting other people walk all over you. And also just taking charge in life and leading the life you really want to live by actually doing it and putting it into practice. So I really love that arc and that whole theme in this film overall. And just the whole thing about, you know, creativity and people wanting to come together and share, have a shared experience of something positive is always going to outlast something that's just off of a quick buck off of a big name or a flashy thing or whatever, or just a trend that's just another, you know, flash in the pan, as they say. You know, really creating something from the ground up and really putting that blood, sweat, and tears into it and creating something for people to positively share together as a shared experience is not done enough today sometimes, and I think in the age we live in should be more of a thing, and I think they should make a video game like Free City, unlike Sims, that's a little more like, you know, it's not about shooting up people and going GTA on everybody. I actually do really thoroughly enjoy that aspect to it and really like that, and not that they're saying anything wrong about those games or there's anything bad about them, but I just enjoy that whole aspect of it, and just really had a blast with this movie, man. And yeah, so if you like comedy, this is definitely for you. If you love video games, I think this is going to be very much for you. If you're a big Ryan Reynolds fan like me, ever since the Van Wilder days and his quick cameo in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Why? If you love my man Ryan Reynolds as much as I do, Deadpool, all that, you're definitely going to love this film. But he definitely gets to bring some shades of a different type of character to this role. And you get to see some different sides of his acting in this that you don't get to see too often these days from Ryan Reynolds. So I really appreciate how he played into his normal shtick, but brought a lot of new layers to it as well. So really, really enjoyed this film. It definitely was one of the best films that came out last year, and depending on how the rest of this decade goes, could be one of the best films in this decade for me at least. It's really, really fucking awesome. I love this movie, guys. I can't recommend it enough. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I literally disliked nothing about this movie. This is one of the few movies I've seen in a while that's newer that I could fully give a full-on 10 out of 10. I loved this movie. But what says you guys out there? I want to hear from you in the comment section below. We've been having such great engagement lately here on the channel. I would love to continue that and put that forward and keep growing this community, guys. It's small, but we're trying to grow it and we're trying to create it and we're trying to do what they're doing in Free City. This is our Free City. This is Fandom Frequency, guys. And just as a little heads up, for a little bit of the creative direction we're going to be going in with the channel. We're still going to cover the big fandom frequency, the big fandom news, the Marvel, the DC, the Star Wars, all that stuff, and all the things that we're already doing on the channel, all the great stuff to come. But we're going to start doing more niche reviews for movies and TV shows and animes as well. We're going to start doing more underground, lesser-known films, if you will. More comedies, definitely more horror. And we're going to be doing more niche type things like that. And we're going to be experimenting and switching things up here on the channel. I got some cool movies I've watched recently and I have planned that I would like to watch again and revisit or see for the first time in multiple different genres. And some things will be a little more nerdy, like the Kevin Smith View Askew review series. If you're not checking that out already, make sure you do. Things like Free Guy, tons of references and cameos. You had Chris Evans, the Captain America shield, a lot of great stuff going on. So we're going to be doing the fandom nerd stuff, That's not going anywhere. She-Hulk's right around the corner. Andor's coming up next month. Don't worry. Wakanda forever, baby. It's going to be on the channel, okay? But we're going to start doing some more unique and original films and animes and TV shows. We're going to switch it up here on the channel and do something a little different because I thought it'd be a little more fun for me and the other homies involved with the show to just mix it up and do some different movies that we're fans of and a little more cult classics, if you will. So we're going to have some more cult classics getting reviewed here on the channel. So until next time, guys, thank you for checking out this review. This was Free Guy. This is your boy Kenny. We're going to see you again real soon with another niche movie review. And we got She-Hulk right around the corner, guys. Stay tuned. Don't sleep. And peace.